These seven behaviors silently teach people your worth without you ever saying a word. And according to Carl Jung, here's the uncomfortable truth. You already have all of them inside you, but there's one hidden pattern, quietly destroying them before anyone ever gets to see your real life, gets to see your real value. And it doesn't happen in a dramatic way. It happens in small moments, in the way people shrink themselves, in the way they over explain, in the way they constantly adjust just to fit in. They water themselves down, they people please, they perform, and after all that effort, they still wonder, why don't people respect me? Why do I feel invisible? Why do the people I care about take me the least seriously? Here's what Jung would actually say: your worth is not something you earn from people, it's not a social score. Jung believed in something deeper. He called it purpose. The idea that your soul already has a direction, and that direction carries its own weight, whether people recognize it or not. The moment you stop trying to prove your worth and start living in alignment with who you actually are, everything changes. You stop chasing and you start radiating something real, and people feel it. That's why you clicked this video, because a part of you already knows there's a different way to live, a quieter way, a stronger way. Jung once said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Beautiful words. But here's the truth no one talks about. Most people are terrified of becoming who they really are because it requires something difficult. You have to face your shadow, and the shadow isn't just your flaws. It's the parts of you don't even know exist. Your hidden anger, your hidden envy, your hidden impulses, the parts of you that operate without your awareness, and society does everything it can to keep that hidden. If you don't need approval, they call you arrogant. If you enjoy solitude, they call you antisocial. If you think differently, they say you are too much. Why? Because the moment you stop needing approval, you become free, and that's dangerous to the system. But today I am going to show you something different: seven behaviors rooted in Jung physiology that completely change how people experience you, not through manipulations, not through pretending, but through something rare, real physiological depth. This isn't a list of social tips, this is a transformation. Conscious independence. This one goes deep because it challenges something we were all taught, that needing others is a virtue, not connection is a healthy, love is healthy. That's not the problem. The problem is needing approval just to feel okay with yourself. That's not love, that's dependence. And it slowly destroys your identity. Jung called the highest level of growth individuations, becoming your true self, not the version your parents created, not the version society approves of. The real you understand all of that. But to reach that, you have to stop building yourself from other people's opinions. Think about it. One person shapes their personality based on reactions. They just perform and adapt constantly. They're likable, but inside, they are unstable because without validation, they collapse. Now compare that to someone who trusts their own decisions, who can sit with discomfort, who doesn't need constant approval. Who do people respect more? It's obvious, not because they are cold, but because they are solid, they are complete, and people can feel that. Real independence isn't isolation, it's self respect, it's being fully present with others without secretly needing something from them, and then alone changes everything. Physiological separation. This one hits even harder. At some point, you have to separate from the identity you were given, your family's beliefs, their fears, their definitions of success. Most people never question it. They inherit it and call it who they are. But Jung said, if you don't separate from that, you are not fully yourself. You are just continuing someone else's story. Real growth happens when you ask, what do I actually believe? What do I actually want? Not from fear, not from pressure, but from truth. And when you reach that point, your values become unshakable and people feel that strength. Shadow integration. This is where it gets uncomfortable, but this is where real power begins. Your shadow is everything you don't see in yourself, not what you hide, what you are unaware of. Your jealousy, your anger, your insecurity. If you ignore it, it controls you. If you face it, you control it. Most people project their shadow onto others. They judge people harshly for traits they secretly carry, but someone who has done the work, they recognize those emotions without being controlled by them. They can feel anger without exploding, feel envy without acting on it. That's real self control, and it's rare. Now, here's the shift. The first three behaviors happen inside you, but the next ones, people can feel them instantly. The power of presence. Jung called it the radiance of individuations. It's what happens when someone walks into a room and doesn't need to prove anything. They are calm, grounded, real, and without trying. They make others aware of themselves. Some people feel drawn to them, others feel uncomfortable. Why? Because real presence exposes fake behavior, and most people aren't ready for that. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.